Quinceaneras, have you heard of them? If so, do you know anything about them? If not, don't worry, because I am here today to teach you the true concept of them. Today, we will go over the history of the tradition, the evolution on how it has changed over the decades, and how it is celebrated in the Latino and Hispanic cultures. So now, let's put our best clothes on and get ready for the big quince informative party. So what is a quinceañera? Or you may wonder how do you even pronounce the word? Quince means 15, and quinceañera refers to a young 15-year-old ending her childhood going on to womanhood. The tradition originated in Mexico in the 5th century BC during the Mesoamerican times. The indigenous as well as the Aztecs and Mayans held ceremonies for young 15-year-old girls to mark the end of puberty. These ceremonies for young 15-year-old girls mark the end of puberty and childhood. These ceremonies have continued for the past 100 years according to Washington Parent. Around 1519 to 1820, the Spanish dominated Mexico, and with that, the European traditions included Catholic churches for these young girls in the 1860s. Emperor Maximilian I introduced different waltzes and beautiful ball gowns to the tradition. So now let's take a lovely spin into our next point. Evolution. Quinces still mean the same thing to this day, but they have gotten added a couple other small traditions. For example, all the jewelry the girls are given, like necklaces, earrings, and rings, bracelets, and the crown, the last doll, heels, and a flower bouquet.
Can I have your attention, please?
Also,
We're going to start.
the dresses have evolved from small to big. Most people would think it is about the party, but in reality, it is about how you spend it with your loved ones. Sometimes these quinces take at least 1 or 2 years to plan. So how are these quinces celebrated? The morning of the big day, young girls wake up super early in the morning to get ready and get dressed for the party. Girls get their hair and makeup done. Their dresses usually get set up and ready after getting ready. After all the family is ready, they head up to the Catholic Church to go get a mass, of just the quince girl, for giving thanks to God and letting her and her family live that day to the fullest. Next is their arrival to the beautiful decorated venue. Venues are decorated with beautiful centerpieces and beautiful table arrangements. Quinceañeras have themes for their party. For example, and of course we can't forget about the Mexican food that is served. Different plates are originally always served. And we can't forget about all the different themes that quinceañera girls have. For example, they have princess, under the sea, Paris, Hollywood, you name it. After all of the food and all the arrival to it is the big dance with her chambelanes, meaning chamberlains, which are her guys that dance a beautiful waltz with her. And sometimes there is also maids of honor that dance the waltz with her too, which are her like friends, cousins, or sisters. Next, we have the father, mother, and daughter dance, which has everyone in tears and is super emotional to watch. After all that, quinceañeras are celebrated with DJs or Mexican bands, and after that, everyone dances the night away. Oh, and we cannot forget about the beautiful cakes that are served at the party. So here's a little bit about my own 15. My 15 was about 2 years ago, and I had like the best day ever, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. And I was surrounded with family and friends, and yeah, it was truly like a dream. And this right here is my cousin, which her quince was literally just recently, like last month, and she loved it as well. Now, let's recap. Today, we learned about the history of the quinceañera tradition, how it has evolved, and how they are celebrated. As you can see, these big parties have a big meaning behind it and super important in a Hispanic girl's life. If you ever get invited to a quinceañera, you better best believe that you have to go. I promise you, you won't regret it and you'll have the time of your life. It is truly a dreamy dream. Thank you.